Greetings, Internet people. Raining Ramsey here, and this is just a quick explanation. I had an idea for a video that I was going to do today, and then I wound up recording a piece of audio, and I decided that that piece of audio, I actually really liked it, and was going to go ahead and pair that with some sort of visual representation, which I still haven't, at this exact moment, decided yet, and I still have to actually put this video together. But it's not a herald of new things to come. It's just this is probably maybe one of the few, if not the only time that I do something like this. So don't worry, it's not like I'm shifting styles a whole lot. I just didn't have a video camera with me. I have audio, and then the camera that I'll shoot video with today is like my digital camera that happens to shoot video but has no microphone, doesn't take audio at all. So there you go, there you have it, and enjoy.
Okay, so I think I've kind of had an epiphany as I'm sitting here driving down the road to my friend's house, thinking about how far I am in debt and how every solution I've tried to get me out of debt just hasn't worked, and I've even tried like the equivalent of get-rich-quick schemes and stuff like that, and I've basically come to the conclusion that all of that is a bunch of bullshit. That really, when it comes to finding some measure of contentment or happiness with your station in life, it's all a matter of what you can deal with. And I say that because what I'm faced with here is having to get a second job, and maybe even a third job if possible, to make enough money to pay off my debts, which would make me happy. I don't feel I need to pay off my debts because my creditors tell me I should. I feel I need to pay off my debts because I don't enjoy owing people money, and I feel kind of stupid for have gotten myself into this situation to begin with. But I've thought about all my options, and I gotta be honest that literally working my fingers to the bone until my heart stops, honestly, to me, at my core, feels like the best solution for the scenario, because that would make me feel right with the situation, because, I don't know, maybe it's like guilt to an extent or something like that, maybe making me feel like I need to do some sort of penance, because how I got into this financial situation was all of my own doing, and while I was making these choices, I knew that this would happen, and I made those choices anyway because I was able to rationalize them and convince myself that the outcome would be something other than what I knew it would be in truth. So maybe that, like I said, there's a level of penance involved here, because right now, as I look at it, the only thing I could see that would make me feel internally right about clearing this debt and physically make me feel like there's been a weight lifted off of my shoulders would genuinely be working myself near death. And some people at this point to consumerism and say that that the reason I feel this way is because I want to have more things, because I've been programmed to want to have more things. And I'll say that that is half right. I want to have more things, but not because I've been programmed to want to have more things, because I want to have more things. I've accepted that the current society in which we live is a society of convenience. And the more convenient your life is, the happier you're going to be, is the programmed mindset that we're all susceptible to through television and advertising. So, if you can come to terms with that and accept that, you'll find instantly that you're already happier in our society instead of struggling against the society with some sort of utopian ideal. So, So wanting to have more things is not a bad thing, as long as you're conscious of why you want to have more things and are willing to go about getting those things in a reasonable, intelligent manner. How I satisfied my will to have more things was run up a bunch of credit debt and put 300 and some odd DVDs on a credit card and put 40 or 45 box set DVDs at like $80 a piece and shit on credit, and buy 30 fucking Xbox 360 video games and put it all on credit. And now at the time that made me happy. It satiated my need to collect things, to have things. But now I'm realizing I can't afford to buy things. I can't afford to even pay the bills for the things that I have. And as I stated, the only way I can think of to resolve this is to work my fucking ass off to the point where I have enough money to pay off my debt. And then once all that's done, I will still have to keep working hard to build up a savings and build up an expendable income to be able to finally buy the things that I want to have. And I guess the good thing is that in the end there'll be a lot more things for me to buy because I can't buy anything now, so I'll have years worth of shit to buy. But the epiphany that I mentioned at the beginning of this recording is just basically that my unhappiness, or part of it, is stemmed from that keeping up with the Joneses urge to have more things and not understand why. But as I was driving about a half an hour drive to a friend's house, it kind of hit me that I'm perfectly fine with my urge to collect things and own things as a part of my being, because I realize that short of the collapse of Western society, the social situation that has established this urge in myself and everyone else is never going to go away. And so you have to become comfortable with it, or just reserve yourself to a life of fighting against something that you have no power against. That is not to say you can't work against it within the system, but unless you're willing to sacrifice everything to make yourself happy in your urge to collect things, which seems self-defeating, you might as well find a way to work within the system and find some level of comfort with at least the consumerism of society. I'm not saying you have to like the government, and if you hate Obama, go ahead and keep hating Obama. If you love Obama, go ahead and keep loving Obama. Just realize that he's not the only reason we're in this problem, because these situations, these problems, these thought patterns that I describe within myself exist within almost every single motherfucking American on the face of the planet, and have for 100 years. So, that's what I have to say. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this piece of audio, but I'm ranting Ramsey, and that was an audio rant. If you don't like what I have to say on that, fuck yourself, because I'm at peace.
Hey, did you get all that, man?